Okay, okay, okay. Let's get it, y'all. There you go, talking that boxing again. Yeah, how my people's doing? Everyone is blessed, having a blessed week, and all that good stuff. Shout out to Derek Rowland, Strictly Boxing. Shout out to my guy, Malik Shell, Hassan Lane, Mr. Bad. All the guys I fool with, man. All the guys I fool with. Shout out to all y'all. Shout out to all the real homies back home. Shout y'all out. What's going on, boxing world? What's going on in the boxing world? What's going on in the boxing world? The new thing is Curmel Morton said out of his mouth that he will stop Inoue right now. He said, I will stop Inoue right now. Curmel Morton is the new guy. Well, he's not new. Actually, he's been in the Mayweather gym since he's been like 9. He's been in the Mayweather gym. And they asked him about Inoue the other day. And he said, I'll beat him. I'll stop him. And I was talking to another YouTuber about that. And I said, that comes from being in a gym for so long, having your dad there, and he didn't trained under Floyd, under Senior, under his uncle, under Jeff. He came up under all of them. So his confidence level is just out of this world. And I get that and I understand it. But for him to say he has stopped Inoue, I think that's a little big headed. And he was dead serious when he said it to the interviewer. What make him think he will stop Inoue is beyond me. I think Curmel Morton is something like 4-0, 4 knockouts, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that though. Something like 4-0 with 4 knockouts. I'm almost positive on that. But I don't see Curmel Morton knocking Inoue out. What I do see, and not trying to be, I don't want people to think I'm sounding hypocritical or anything like that. I see Inoue. I see Curmel having about 10 more fights and bringing Inoue over here to the Americas, and I think he'll beat him. I believe he'll beat him. And I believe right now that he'll take him the distance. Inoue won't knock him out. I don't see that because Carmel Morton is special. You know how once in a lifetime uh, a basketball player, fighters come through and they be special, like Floyd, like Ali, Sugar Ray Robinson. Those guys are special. It's something you're born with. I honestly believe that. It's something that you're born with. I don't think it's something that can be taught or it's something that you're actually born with. And Curmel, he has that. He has that it. Just like Tank. Tank has that it. You know, and Eagle said it yesterday. He said, if you hate something so bad, why uh, invest into it? Now, I'm saying that to say it could be anything. Like, I hate that restaurant. Why? Why eat there? I don't like, you know, why buy that car? I don't like it. Why talk about Tank if you don't like him? This is what I don't understand. Like, you have a lot of people that don't like Abdul Wahid, but they break their neck to watch him or any little thing about him. They on it. But on the same token, they hate him. I, I don't understand it. Man, I just don't get it. Now, Cool Boy Steph, he went over there and, I said this before, he went over to Inoue country and got hands put on him by Inoue at 126. Inoue came up from 122 to 126. Took Steph and beat him, knocked him out, stopped him. Now, before that, Cool Boy Steph, he fought Brandon Figueroa, and they went the distance. And I'm gonna be honest, I watched that fight. I can't remember what it was on. It could have been on ESPN, but I watched that fight. And to me, it looked like Brandon Figueroa beat Steph. But after the fact, the way Steph broke it down, and then I went back and watched the fight again, I seen exactly what Steph was getting at. You know, Steph was throwing the more, sitting down on his punches more. He was. Brandon constantly came forward. So that made Figueroa think that he was winning the fight. And just like me, it made me think he was winning the fight. But he really wasn't doing nothing but just being aggressive, just coming in, throwing a lot of body shots. You know, he was on his A game, and it was a. I tell you, I tell anybody if you want to see a good fight, go back and watch the Brandon Figueroa, um, Cool Boy Steph fight. That fight even was up for Fight of the Year. That's how good that fight was. That was a very, very, very good fight. And those the fights, right, that in a boxer's career, that when you come out of wars like that, most fighters don't be the same fighter. When like them kind of wars from from the first round to the 12th round, you're banging. A lot of people don't come back from that and be that same fighter because I was watching this sports show and Steph was on there and they was talking about the Brandon Figueroa fight and one of them asked Steph, man, how long did it take after that fight for you to even get your wits back? Like both you guys took some shots in that fight. Like and Steph said, no, my head was never hurt. It was just my hips because he kept hitting me in my hips for some reason. Like when he would go to the body, but he was catching me real hard on my hips. And that was a dirty move because before the fight, it was said that Brandon Figueroa fights dirty. And Steph said that that's the only thing I really got out of it, as far as being hurt after the fight and healing up, was my hips. But, you know, fighters, I don't think they're gonna tell the truth about that. I know Tim said, Tim that do commentating for Top Rank. He said he didn't name the fight or anything. He said he fought this guy one time, and he said he was seeing stuff before his eyes for 2 months. That's scary, man. That's scary. It's no way that I'ma get in the boxing ring and fight someone, and for the next 2 months, I'm seeing things before my eyes because of the blows I took from that fight. It's no amount of money in the world that can get me back in that ring. That's crazy. But anyway, right after that fight, right after that Figueroa fight, that's when they start setting up for the Inoue fight. The Inoue fight was already being discussed and stuff like that, but the weight classes, Cool Boy was a weight class ahead of him, and Inoue again actually came up to where Steph was at and said, "Give him to me." And he wound up knocking Cool Boy out, you know. But the next, well, as everyone know that, Tank, you know, um, the PBC is going to another channel because Showtime, moved on from sports, the sport of boxing. So they went on. They went to. It escapes me now. I hate when it escapes me, and I didn't even jot it down. Um, well, anyway, Tank is uh is leading that card. Tank fighting on that card. Um, he's the main event. Oh, it's prime time. And something else. It's prime time and something else. Uh, that's where the PBC going. But also Richard Hitchison fighting on that card. He's fighting this guy, Lona, Lona. He's from Argentina, and the guy's 29-0. Nobody never heard of him, but he's 29-0, and they're fighting for the vacant IBF. Um, it's just in the co-main on that card. Uh, Tank is the main. Who else? So far, that's it that I know of. Curmel Morton fighting on that card. Um, Curmel Morton fighting on that card. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Scratch that. Disregard that. Richard Hitchison fighting March 6th. He's the main event on his own card, the Zone. And Tank and Curmel Morton. Tank is the main, Curmel Morton is the co-main for the PBC come out with the new thing, Prime. Yeah, that's how. That's my fault. It's Richard Hitchison is he's on the Zone. And they saying Richard Hitchison is a cross artist because he was in the gym. He's in the gym with Tank right now, and he did an interview, and I know most podcasters. I know a lot of podcasters talking about it. Southpaw. That's all I really mess with right now is Southpaw. Um, a little bit of ego, because they keep it real. Well, anyway, they interviewed uh, Hitchison, and he was like, he said some real corny stuff about Shakur Stevenson, and him and Shakur Stevenson was real close. They was boys, and he kept it real. He didn't lie. He kept it all the way real. But I think as that being your man, you should have left that alone, regardless. You should have left that alone. But you know, he picked a side, and he picked Abdul Wahid. That's how I look at it. Because he was real cool with both of them. You could catch him with Tank, and you could catch him with Shakur at any given time. And but he give Tank a lot of work also. Just like Jalil Hackett, he give Tank a lot of work, and Richard Hitchison also. They always in the gym and everything together. But yeah, um, that's the thing now. Right now with them, you know, they haven't gone back and forth, but if you podcasting and all that, a lot of stuff that go on that the public don't know. I know I do. And I know exactly what Richard Hitchens said, but I'm not going to repeat it because it's corny. It's real corny. That's just something you don't do. Like my man had a fight. Just hypothetically speaking, my man had a fight, and he didn't get chipped, but a couple days later, I go tell the other homies, yeah, bro ain't look good. Bro was like running all scary, like he trash. Like, nah, you don't do that with your man. You leave that alone. You take up for him. You know, you don't. That's just me, man. Son, a lot of brothers is different. Everybody don't think the same. But I would never um, come out on my bro because he looked bad. He had a bad night, and then a month later, you see him training in the gym with two guys that's really not feeling each other. That's whack. That's not cool at all. You know, it's whack. But anyway, um, I just want to come on and do that real quick. Uh, Talk about the Inoue, Curmel, Morton thing. It's a few more things that I'm gonna talk about, but I'm gonna talk about later on. You know, this just gonna be a short for me. Um, Salute to all my real ones. Salute, salute, salute. And y'all know, y'all know how I end all my uploads. Jersey.